I went to that meeting and sat down with this fellow and had a form, and there were many colleges within the university, and by choosing a college, you were essentially choosing your major. And I didn't see anything that was really interesting to me there, and I went into the office with my application essentially incomplete, and he said, "Well, what are you interested in?" And I said, "Well, gosh, I don't know." And I looked down at this form and I saw that forestry, and I said, "Well, how about forestry? That sounds interesting." I had this idea that we could plant trees for 4 years in college and drive to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan in utility vehicles and be lumberjacks. But he said, no, that's a study. So he explained to me what might be involved in forestry. And so I looked back down and I said, "Well, what is this A&D?" And he said, "That's architecture and design." And I said, "Well, what's that?" He said, "Well, that's the art school." And I said, "Well, that sounds good. Could I do that?" And he looks at my transcript and he said, "Well, you haven't taken art." And I rose to the challenge and I said, "Well, I don't know exactly why. There's a point in teenagers' lives sometimes when the temptation of pulling the wool over an adult's eyes is irresistible." And I rose to the challenge and I said to him, "Well, it's not on my transcript because I study privately on weekends." He said, "Oh, yeah, that's impressive." And so anyway, we talked for a while, and so he was finally willing to admit me into the art school.